Listen, I haven't slept a lot. I tried getting some sleep, but the little one's stomach said no. So I've slept maybe like an hour or two tops. So that's what we're running with today. And we are gonna venture into some AZURE STRIKER GUNVOLT. It was originally a game for the 3DS that I played back in 2016, I believe. I don't know if that's when it came out, but that's what we're gonna go with. The game is gonna explain the story. I don't think I need to prime you for it, but there is something that we should talk about a little bit before. Because if you're an English speaker, there's two ways to play AZURE STRIKER GUNVOLT. At least if you're playing the Steam version. Two ways for English speakers to play this game. There's the first way, which is how the game was released on 3DS initially. Which is, it has just text. There is no voice acting whatsoever. It's one of those games because, you know, on 3DS hardware, sometimes you have limited space and you can't fit the voice acting in there. So it is just text. And the translation team took a lot of liberties. And I'm not usually one that screams that like, oh, translation is the sacred art and must always be purely translated. Doesn't matter if it's a weird sounding idiom, translate it literally. I'm not that kind of guy. But they take so many liberties to this point that they rewrite entire characters, which is, if you like that, that's fine. There are parts of this translation that I do like. For example, whenever they swear, they say things like, what the gack? Which I think is pretty funny. However, this translation was so inaccurate to the Japanese original that when Japanese voice acting was added, they had to retranslate a lot of the game's dialogue because it was not lining up. The lines that originally were translated and localized into English did not match the voice acting at all, what they were saying. So if you play with Japanese voice acting, the dialogue is completely different. So if you're ever curious, feel free to check out the other translation. It has a couple of funny golden nuggets in there. Think of it as a less raunchy version of Ghost Stories, the Ghost Stories sub. Try to go with that. So yeah, without further ado, now that I got to talk about that fun little tidbit, let's hop over to Game Capture and fire up AZURE STRIKER GUNVOLT. Okay, game start. Let's hop right in, and let's see how it goes. I've never played with Japanese voices. I've only played with the what the gack translation, so it's gonna be a new experience for me too. Let's go. Julie was rubbing her eyes, trying to stay awake. I must have woken her up. Is her name Sion? In Japanese? I can't hear exactly what Gunvolt says because the music is so loud. But it sounds like he says Sion. Oh, Sion. I thought it was Sion, as in like on, as in sound, because, you know, like she's the virtual idol and everything. So I thought that might have been it. We were watching videos online. Suddenly, Julie started to sing. It sounded like the same song from the video we were watching. Okay, so her Japanese name is Xian, is Lumen's Japanese name Morufu, as in morph? Morufo. Oh, Morufo, not Morufu. Morufo. Morpho, as in the butterfly. Oh, okay. Okay, so we have Xian and Morufo. Okay, gotcha. This is one of the more infamous scenes in the original translation because if I'm not mistaken, the original English translation completely changes the Zonda's character from what it is in Japanese. So that's another thing. Original English Zonda and Japanese Zonda are two very different characters. Kind of how similar how English Zero and Japanese Zero are different characters in Drakengard 3. They just act a little bit differently. Just think of it as two spins on the same character. Yeah, the 3DS version was wild. Yeah, okay, so some people do remember. Trust me, I was very taken aback when I was just playing a regular Japanese English translated game on my 3DS, and I'm hit with Neo pronouns. I wasn't ready for that. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! We got a new skill. One of my favorites. And it has the best name. It has the best name. Trust me, it's gonna be the perfect name for me. Even Zonda Sects is indistinct. Indistinct? See, that's actually what they're saying. So that's fine. It's just like, oh, their gender is a mystery. But when they started referring to them to Z and Zer, I was like, what? Did they really say that in Japanese? I was just very confused. Bisexual? More so gender fluid, I would say. That's the impression that I get, at least. All right. With all of that said, and all of you having had a blast of a time, just like me, I hope that the rest of your day or the rest of your evening goes well. Let's see. For tomorrow, what did I have on the schedule? Let me double check. Am I off tomorrow? Tomorrow, I sleep? Let me double check. Do I sleep tomorrow? Yes, it seems like I sleep tomorrow. I also gotta talk to staff and make sure that give them my schedule and let them know that I want to do this next week and have them give me the go ahead and all that good stuff. Please sleep, I will, don't worry.